It is possible I've been too harsh on Christianity. Christianity doesn't matter. Life is the teachings and example of the man Jesus. Therefore, anything that stands in the way of that, displaces it, deforms it, hides it, subverts it, is the enemy. No question, it would be easier for James to deny what he's seen, but he has seen some people helped by Christianity. They are outliers, I'm quite sure. They are rare, I'm quite sure. And, well, I was going to say they probably haven't been helped toward discipleship, but that's not true. People like, not Daniel Berrigan, Philip Berrigan, people like Dietrich Bonhoeffer, people like Martin Luther King Jr., people like Albert Schweitzer were certainly in the direction of discipleship of Jesus. Would they have been so had Christianity not brought Jesus forward encased in amber, sealed in amber, almost certainly not. And James is so harsh on the disciples, whatever their intent might have been, their effect. But it's possible that they calculated, that they saw the handwriting on the wall, that empire was going to prevail in the short, medium, and maybe even the long term. And on the one hand, James is quite certain that Constantine had to figure out how to make Jesus' teachings of non-effect, and he couldn't make them disappear. He had to make them of non-effect and turn them to the advantage of empire, which has been done brilliantly. It's possible that the converse was also true on those few or many that did understand Jesus, that were on the path to discipleship. They saw that the only way to help any souls downstream, was exactly to encase as much of Jesus' true teachings and example as possible in the amber in such a way that it might be there for a Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a Walter Rauschenbusch, a Martin Luther King Jr., a Dorothy Day. Shame on James if he's deluding himself or does delude himself in the future, that he is judging Christians and Christianity per se. And shame on James if he gets timid about judging everything that kills life. And Christianity is a massive destroyer of life, of the soul. but not all souls. It even has produced some disciples. So the point isn't to defend or attack Christianity. The point is to understand what kills life and to try and become an agent for less life being killed. So James, what's the purpose of thinking this through? God is truth. And certainly God is the essential truths, which none of us can ever know, but we can strive for the joy of it and the hope of it and the help of it to get as close to it as possible, because we can't be agents of good without that. And we must be extremely disciplined and monitor ourselves closely. What we say, what we do. Jesus says every word will be seen, every action will be seen and considered. James would be wrong, any disciple would be wrong not to flag the evil of the inherent evil. Evil doesn't require malice. Cancer doesn't have malice. It just kills. That's what it does. So any disciple has to be aware of what kills life, what kills the soul, and be an enemy of that. Or they're not a friend to every creature. And they must get ever more knowledgeable in what the actual situation is. And it's entirely conceivable. And James is just thinking of this morning, that Christianity, at least as founded, well, no, maybe all along, was a calculation by true disciples. Listen, we have got to get enough of Jesus' teachings and example, tens, hundreds, thousands of years into the future, or no one is going to be saved. And could James have thought of a better way of doing it than Christianity? Quite possibly not.